Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Anushobbylobby. In this video, I'm going to share with you all this burger patties recipe using an air fryer. So this falafel recipe, I'm using it n number of ways. Like you can just have like a cutlet or a billets and have it as a snack or a burger or even the wrap. So if you have the leftover patties, you can freeze it and have it anytime. So the main ingredient for preparing this recipe is chickpea. So as it's a falafel recipe, this chickpea is the main ingredient, and you need to soak the chickpea for overnight and cook it on, like if you have an instant pot like me, you can cook it for around 15 minutes and keep it ready. And also I'm using the steamed onion as well as some veggies which are chopped as shown here, and also I'm using some greens like coriander and spinach. And for binding, I'm using the poha, like soaked poha instead of the or potato. This gives a nice binding agent, and we'll be grinding some of the ingredients here like chickpeas as well as broccoli. So make sure it's grounded good enough, and when you mash it with spoon, it will be mashed properly. And I'm taking a cast iron pan or any pan if you have, like add some about 3 tablespoons of oil into it. Once the oil is hot, we'll add all the veggies one by one, like starting with the onions and then some bell peppers and carrot as well. So make sure you chop all these veggies like into a small bite size, so that when you're eating it, it needs to feel like a crunchiness, and a smaller bite size will give a nice texture. So do not overcook any of these veggies. We'll be adding about 1/4 cup of peas as well here, and some salt to cook. Once like after 2 to 3 minutes, once you mix very well, you can add the grounded chickpea and broccoli into this, so we are not overcooking these veggies. So make sure the flame is like medium to high, and continuously mix it in between. So remember, we are adding the greens as well, so I'm adding it at last, so that any of the nutrients values remains from the greens. So we are not at all overcooking the greens, especially like spinach or coriander. We'll just add it later. And now at this point, we'll be adding the soaked poha as well, and some more salt as per your taste. Now let's add all the spices like red chili powder, dhania or coriander powder, garam masala, and some jeera powder, like and also dry mango powder. So all the ingredients list, not to confuse you, I have always I'll add a note here in the video as well as in the description. So anytime watching this video, you can very well check the description for the overall ingredients as well as the other videos on my channel as well. So finally, our patty mixture is ready. Once it's cooled down a bit, we'll transfer into a bowl, garnish with some coriander, and keep it in fridge for at least 20 minutes. That is very much important, so that when you're making the patties, it will come into a nice shape, and moisture won't be retaining from the heat. So meanwhile, as it's cooling down in the fridge, we'll prepare some of the ingredients here for binding. So into a plate, I'm taking like a panko breadcrumbs. So for seasoning, I'm adding like a bit of salt and black pepper powder as well. So while I was talking, I was doing another thing as well, like this cornstarch mixture. So instead of cornstarch, if you have arrowroot powder like me, you can add about 1/4 cup of arrowroot powder and make it into a slurry by adding a little bit of water into this. And also make sure you add a little bit of oil as well as some salt, and like red chili flakes or pepper will also do for the seasoning here. So now as our patties are like this mixture is cooled down, I have taken out of the fridge and making it into a big burger size patty. So make sure the size is good enough for your buns. So I have used here the whole wheat slices, the thin slices, which you can get it from Walmart or Sam's Club or any like Amazon as well. So I give a nice coat with this cornstarch as well as the breadcrumbs, and then transfer it into air fryer tray. Spray some oil oil. And here at this point we'll switch on the air fryer at 340 Fahrenheit for about 8 minutes. Or remember, the air fryer settings are always it depends on your air fryer. So meanwhile it's cooking, we'll be making the the cutlets or more burger patties if you want. So whatever you want, you can make it and keep it ready. And after half the time we'll be shifting onto the other side and spray some more oil and keep it for another 4 minutes. So total of 12 minutes it should be done, or until it is golden brown. So meanwhile it's cooking, I'm giving it another shape for my cutlets here. So all this rounds or the billet shapes are ready, and also my burger patties are very well done. So let me know how you liked it. Meanwhile, before starting it to the overall plating of this burger. So now, as my air fryer is a toaster oven, I can toast it the buns as well in the same air fryer. So we'll turn on the toaster settings here on the air fryer. On toaster mode, we'll switch to toaster 450 Fahrenheit on light. So once it's done, we'll take it out and transfer these cutlets as well and cook it. Just before that, we'll spray some more oil on top of this and transfer it into the air fryer at the same settings, like about 340 Fahrenheit for 10 to 13 minutes. So after half the time, we'll flip it and we'll do it again for another 2 to 3 minutes if it's not done. So once it's golden brown, you can take it out into a serving plate, and you can very well serve it with some tomato ketchup or any of the choice of dippings. So our plate for cutlets are ready. So now getting back to the burger, so our patties are also toasted well. We'll take a plate and on top of it take a slice of a bun and add some mayonnaise and also lettuce, and add this burger patties, and on top the another layer of bun. So once you cut it, you can see how well it's done using an air fryer. So you don't need to deep fry these patties. The crunchiness and the taste, it's will be awesome, and it's equivalent to the deep fried, trust me on this. So if you have a leftover, you can very well freeze it, and the next day you can make this tortilla wraps. I'm just using this roti or chapati here, and this one is also, it's amazingly done. So you can add some mayonnaise on top, and this leftover patties or cutlets, and some chopped broccoli, steamed broccoli, and slices of onions, as well as carrot and chickpea as well. So these choice of vegetables are up to you. You can add more mayonnaise into this and wrap it. So once you wrap it, you can cut it in between. So make sure you pack from the sides also really well, so you can see how well it's done. So what do you think of this recipe? It's amazing, right? So I'm sure once you try it, you will definitely love it. And do leave a comment how you liked my recipes, just the patties or the burger, cutlets, as well as the wrap. So if you follow from starting to the end of this process, I'm sure you will be loving this recipe. So don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell as well, so that you will be watching more wonderful videos on my channel. Thank you very much for watching.